quiet out here. So for a little tinking of my car. All right, so some of the mods I've done here in the last year. Wow, where do I begin? Okay, well, not so much a mod, but I mentioned it, my Continental Sport Contact O2s from Tire Rack. Worked out very good. I'm glad I changed those out for my road trip. Man, hitting those mountain corners hard. Good tires helped out a lot. And then some of the other things, I had removed my AC because, you know, the compressor blew up again. I took it to get it professionally fixed, and yeah, it blew up again. And I'm pretty sure the broken head studs on this side were caused on this car from a compressor seizing, and the shock kind of maybe caused a shock here, just maybe a little, you know, shock through that cam tower where everything is connected, and possibly broke those studs. You know, of course, it was 2 on this side, this, you know, in cylinder 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. And then I was encouraged by just simplifying the engine compartment, because without the bracket here and the AC, I could get to the valves. I don't have to take the compressor off anymore to, you know, lay it over here to do work on the car. I did make a little plate out of aluminum here to kind of block this after when I took the bracket off. So I really like it with the AC out. And then I showed you my follow-up video when I removed the fan motor. I backdated the heater. So that saves a lot of weight in the back of the car. And I think that was 8 pounds, just that blower motor. And in Florida, I really don't need the heater, but I do have heat. It's more than enough for what I do here. And I did use it on my road trip in the mountains when it was cold, and it was just fine. It did dehumidify the interior. I think it's a dry heat coming out of those heat exchangers. So I really don't need the compressor and to dehumidify the air, at least as far as I could tell so far. So what made that possible, and I had an earlier video when I think I came out here before, I talked about the window tint. So I got 60 3M crystalline on the backs, the sides, and then I have Expel XR Pro or XR Plus on the windshield in 70. And between the white car and the window tint, man, I lived through a summer here in Florida without really needing air conditioner, so I'm probably gonna just forego it. I like the car kind of as a thoroughbred, lighter. The weight adds up, makes a difference. And then let's see some of the other things I did this year. I think I showed the video. I put on the front spoiler, the factory front spoiler, which I like the look of it. I like the performance of it. I know it creates more lift in the back, but at normal speeds on a highway, you would not notice it. So it does keep the steering stable, and the rear end is okay. I don't have any data for that for you, but I feel it. I'm sensitive to it. So then I so the front washer bottle is here. I did use the classic retrofit relocation kit, which is now, so the washer bottle is in here now. It uses the one from the Boxster, and that works great. The other one is heavy, and it was old and not good. I used the time to redo my vent lines and things over here that go back to the charcoal canister. So I redid some of my vents, and I redid the vents, the rubber lines in here, because when I would when I would fill the gas tank, if you'd overfill it a little bit, all would smell like gas fumes. So once I redid the cracked lines and everything, yeah, all that went away. So definitely something to think about. And then a few mods. So I'm going to wrap it up here with a few other things I did. So I did install the Top Performance. Top Performance makes a 3D printed light housing. So these are the same from all 911s up from 64 to 89. It uses the It's like an aluminum housing, and they're pretty heavy, 7 pounds each, something like this. This may weigh like a pound. So it's basically just 3D printed, and it just fits in, and it fit perfectly. So highly recommended to lose some weight in a bad spot, because I don't want to put a fiberglass bumper on it. I want to leave it looking like a G-body, G-Series Porsche. So, but I do want to get the weight in the back a little bit lower, and that's an easy place to do it without having to do anything with the bumpers. So, and if you've noticed the car from the other videos, you could see I have US red taillight lenses back on. And the reason being, like when I do my tour, I go through a lot of these small towns, and I don't need some DOT guy busting my balls with amber, which are technically illegal here. So I got the top performance. I had them put a LED here on the side. It normally doesn't come with that, but I just want to make sure I'm legal when you go to these towns. I just don't want any problems with Cooter and Hazard County and Roscoe P. Coltrane. Just for the same reason I had the little scoop over here. So I took the little scoop off, and I put the side marker back in, which, by the way, when I put the side marker back in, I've got Spokeworks LEDs now in my side markers. And okay, a few other things. Oh, so I'll show you my handiwork. So yeah, I redid this. Not bad. Maybe a little bit of glue right here, but pretty straight. It basically tucks in, it goes down here, and it goes down there, and they kind of meet here. But I did put a carbon fiber, you know, the plate, there's a plate underneath the protecting like the fuel pump and the steering rack, and it actually co-fastens the sway bar. So a guy on Pelican was selling a carbon fiber one, and I installed that. That was maybe 6 pounds weight savings in the front, just by replacing the steel with carbon fiber. And before someone says, well, it could crack, well, I don't really care. If it cracks, I get another one. But and then I was encouraged with that weight savings that I took the seats off, the seat backs. So I'm going to leave the rest. The seat, that's just a bolt off thing. The bolt is over there. The seat backs are in my garage. Very safe and snug. And that was actually, I think those are 7 pounds each. And it's something no one sits back there. So why am I going to haul around 14 pounds in the back of the car? So all these little things basically have added up to, I had to readjust my mirrors, and my ride height went up in the back between the, just between the light housings in the rear seats. So yeah, I had to adjust my mirrors. And then I guess another useless thing I did, let me look in here, was I'm not really using the smuggler's box for anything, so I just took the cover off, because I usually leave tools in there, which I guess I took them out for something, for cleaning, but I got to put them back in there. So yeah, I don't need the smuggler's box lid. Those are pretty heavy too, so if I replace it, I'll replace it with a carbon fiber one, just to keep the weight down. So I do like the car's feel as you start dropping weight. All these little things add up, and I know that's why a lot of people backdate, and they're gonna say no shit, I mean, a lighter car handles better, but yes, it does make a difference. All right, so okay, and then one thing I forgot, when I did the turbo tie rods and the suspension last year, I used the Renline upper strut mount monoball, which I guess I can put the strut bar, so they make the strut tower bars that will bolt to this, but I wanted to leave it so I could still use luggage, and I used the EPM molding to reseal it, but getting all this black stuff that was here off, chipping it off, that was a pain in the neck. And it made a mess. But my car had never had an alignment ever until I did it. So it held an alignment for 30 years in the front, and the tires were fine. But yeah, a lot of people use the EPM, but yeah, it works good. Just get the tape roll and have at it. Oh, and then the other thing was, I think I showed you in another video, my electrical panel I put in here with my relay to basically power up my stuff. So my addition was my Uniden R8 radar detector that's up there. So and that helped out on the trip with the highway radar app. You know, pretty good rig. So that's my year in review. So plans for next year, nothing right now. I'm going to enjoy the car. So I've been going to car shows. I've taken PCA trips. I've been to PCA events. So this last year, I've been getting involved with the PCA. So if you're an owner, if a Porsche, join the PCA. If you are looking to buy one, that's a huge reason to get a Porsche. This is what a great drivers club. A lot of older dudes, and I saw a bunch of the older people on these group rides. I'm like, man, I don't want to get caught behind Grandpa. God damn it, Grandpa can drive. So a lot of these guys have been in this hobby for 50 years, and they're in their 70s and 80s, and they can drive, and they're true enthusiasts. The only thing I fear is with Porsche's prices being what they are, it's not bringing younger people into the club because it's cost prohibitive. So like you kind of need that lower end to get some new blood in there. But at any rate, great reason to have the Porsche. I'm enjoying. We've had picnics with the PCA, group rides, dinners, super active, fantastic car club. And so that's what I've been doing. So if I haven't been making videos, I've been driving and doing group activities. And so I'll just wrap it here, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.